feel. And you know how I feel. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And you know how I feel. And you know how I feel. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And you know how I feel. And you know how I feel. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Should be live. Can you guys hear us?
Kitten. Oh my god, kitten.
There we go.
Why am I not here? Why is it not showing me?
Oh,
It froze?
oh, it froze. Okay.
Weird.
Okay, that's all right. I know how to fix it from here.
All right, let's. Woo! Now I'm really loud. Woo! Yeah. Kitten.
Yeah.
Congratulations on the kitten. There's actually been a black kitten that's been hanging around here,
Let's see
and
if we can bring you to
I'm
life
sort
here.
of wanting this kitten not to go away.
There she is, folks.
Cheers. Good morning. Happy Catterday.
Happy. Okay, sweet. JT, I think I have maybe the stereo a little loud. Hold on. Oh.
Maybe we're
is
loud.
my mic
Are we
a little
loud?
I think
Us?
my mic was a little
Are you
loud.
kidding? What?
No,
How could
here
it
we
be?
go.
Us talk a lot?
That's crazy. This is my Saturday I don't give a fuck care I got going on here.
No, this is the Spandau Ballet special, the Saturday Spandau Ballet special.
Yeah?
Yes. Yeah. And then now you're kind of adding a little bit of Springsteen to it. So
Yeah, with the bandana.
Springsteen meets Spandau Ballet. That's Bags 2023.
I do kind of look like.
It is actually.
Oh no! Now that you put a name on it.
Achievement unlocked.
Jesus.
We-
All right, y'all. I promise I'm gonna start carrying what I look like soon. So anyway, I want to get started here, and welcome.
Thank you. I almost said welcome to you and then realized the absurdity of that.
No, we can welcome each other.
I welcome you, yes.
Sweet. Let's see who's here. Shelly is here. Sweet. Jackie is here. JT Hoops is here. Sweet. Nice. Amanda Crab. Nice. Carla is here. Sweet. Shayna's here. And that might be about it. I know a lot of people have things going on Sunday. Some people maybe don't comment. I got to turn this down.
Okay. Oh my God, 2 pounds. Oh.
A what?
2-pound kitten. Tom,
A
pay
2-pound
attention to
kitten.
the important
Is that
things.
heavy?
Kittens?
What's heavy
No,
for a
2
kitten?
pounds is a little.
Oh, that's a small one.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, so welcome back, everybody. Quick update. I continue to improve with my health, and I feel like I'm kind of turning a corner. The consensus is that I have or had or whatever am dealing with long COVID and those things related to that. And I also have, as I approach 50, have become allergic to a lot of things, I guess. And so I have an appointment to find out what exactly I'm allergic to. But basically, I feel pretty good. And what's been really great and what's inspiring this class today is that I finally feel like I can hoop again. All right, so obviously you guys have seen me hoop twice a week at least. Throughout this whole period, and I have been hooping. So when I say I take a break, it's not always like what some people mean by taking a break. But I have been really wanting to get back into my regular practice, which is what I try to do after I retired from traveling was do 5 times a week or more. And I'm doing 5 independent ones. And so I'm now on day 8 or 9 of doing that or whatever, and it just feels so good to be back in my hoop, and I'm really appreciating just the hoop practice and how I am in that space. And so what I thought we would do today, we're gonna have a regular class where we're gonna talk about techniques, and we're gonna just bounce all around like we normally do. But I do want to sort of in my mind bring the theme back to things that I've done to make or what I've been going through as I've been reestablishing this practice. So if you're I was not going from 0 to go, right? So if you haven't hooped at all, then try to just hoop along with this class and maybe don't think about a practice. But like I'm going to share some insights into what has helped me this week or over the last week and a half get back into that regular practice. So I've never taken a total break from hooping, but when I say regular practice, this is also what I mean, just so we're clear. An intentional time where there's nothing else going on and I am only in the space of movement with the hoop, or movement for me at least. And so that's what I mean by practice. So it would not count. I would count flight time like if I was talking to some friends and we were just hanging out and we were sort of like taking turns spinning. I would count that as flight time, but that's not a practice for me. And so a practice for me, as defined, is just intentional time. Yeah, sweet.
One might even call it self-care.
Yeah, self-care. Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I mean, I just look back at, I mean, I don't know, I can just watch like the decline in me when I pull away from my practice. So like if it doesn't, if it's never, like for me, it so obviously has played a part in my overall health and outlook on life. I mean, it's so obvious that it's really easy to establish a practice. But if it's not obvious to you, if hooping does anything, then it's probably not the same connection. You maybe you have that connection to yoga or walks or whatever. But for me, it's the hoop practice. All right. Holly Owens, sweet.
Oh, no, I'm so sorry about Jackie's knee. That's very, very disruptive. So I mean, if that is disrupting your hoop practice, I'm so sorry. And
yeah,
we're just our
sorry,
hearts
Jack.
are with you.
Yeah, of
God,
course.
Yes. And injury, injury is really tough. It's one of those humbling moments where talking about your practice, like sometimes you want to be practicing, and then an injury forces you to rest. But then, I've often found, I mean, and I will say, I'll be the first to say, I haven't necessarily had debilitating injuries, but I've had injuries and kind of issues. And the time that I'm forced to take off sometimes, focusing on healing, sometimes helps in healing in other ways. So my hope and prayer for you is that can happen, that you'll just feel all the healing.
Yeah. Well, Jackie, that sucks. Yeah, we are all now getting to the age of unfun injuries.
And the great thing about hooping is that, if you can't core hoop, if you can't move your legs, you can off-body hoop. You can work with a mini hoop, or just a small hoop, and work on isolations, etc. We love you.
Okay. All right. So we're going to start today, and actually, I don't know if this song is probably going to get us kicked off Facebook if anybody's still on Facebook. I might not, but if you haven't switched over to YouTube anyway, my YouTube is HoopPathBax or Baxter Hoops. It's pretty easy to find it, and then you would just click on the live link, and it's usually the first one on the page. All right. And I'm going to play an oldie but goodie HoopPath standard. Sway standard. All right, so here's the song. Here's the deal. I'm about to play a Sheila Chandra song that I love the lyrics of, and the song is called "Waiting." And I think, like, rather than do like a sway today, we're just going to do a non-verbal sway and listen to Sheila Chandra sing, and it's an awesome track. And I think everybody that's watching knows how to sway. You can just do along with us, but I'm not going to be talking as much. And this will be our first sway song. Oh, wait. I got to start it over because it's such a great opening. Okay, here we go.
Like a desert bloom, I sit at your feet. Like a desert bloom, I sit at your feet. Trolling for raindrop to fall from your lips, to fall from your lips. waiting to be awoken and born by your calling, waiting to be awoken and born by your calling, I'm waiting. The blood-red lullabies rocking my throat. The blood-red lullabies rocking my throat. My whole being trembles in the mimicry, to echo and to save every sound that you utter, to echo and to save every sound that you utter, to echo. Each deathly breath, of each deathly breath. Like a desert bloom, I sit at your feet, and I ride the waves of each deathly breath, of each deathly breath, waiting to be awoken and born by your calling, waiting to be awoken and born by your calling. I'm waiting.
Okay. Wow. I found that extremely difficult to not talk. to not sway, to not offer my own.
But what an incredibly valuable noticing.
Yeah, totally. But anyway, I love that track. I always love that track. So, someone asked me one time, they were trying to, it was this smart ass dude, and he was trying to like sort of catch me, I think, from the beginning. But he pulled me aside at a party, or I can't remember exactly what the setting was, but it was not a workshop setting, and it was like a party or somewhere. And he said, Baxter, so I really like what you. He's like, my girlfriend. I think it was his girlfriend or something. It was my girlfriend likes you and follows you and whatever. And he goes, and I know that you're always about. He goes, and I know that you don't perform. And I was like, yeah, I don't. And this was kind of, not performing goes, way back then, it went counter to the flow world. And I was like, yeah, I don't perform at all. He goes, but you practice, right? And I said, yeah. And he goes, and you practice a lot. My girlfriend says you practice like every day. And I was like, well, I try to, or at least a lot. And he goes, okay, well, if you don't perform, then what are you practicing for? And I remember, to me, that was such a dumb question. But the more
there are no dumb questions.
The more I thought about, I tried to embrace the no dumb question thing. And I really realized that what the practice is, what I am practicing for, is this unexpected thing that could come into my life. And that I really do think that hooping, by putting you into like your most optimal health, hopefully, or your like putting you into a type of optimal health, that it prepares you for the unexpected thing that you don't see coming. Right? Like for me, it's been like, what the fuck, long COVID? I was so skeptical about long COVID even existing, that, and now like to be dealing with it is intense. And anyway, so like the hoop practice, like what I like to do, that waiting song, it's like, it's putting myself in the place to be improved, or to be maintained, or to be nurtured, or to be fed. And so, and do you have any thoughts on that, or am I making sense? I'm probably not.
Yes. I mean, this song, it was interesting because I haven't heard that song in a long time, even though I love Sheila Chandra. So the song is Waiting by Sheila Chandra. Is that right, Bob?
Yeah.
So,
I didn't share it. Let me share that song with you guys.
People are loving it. But what I was really hearing this time was that chorus or refrain, I ride the waves of each deathly breath. And it sounds really different after COVID. And for me, one of my dear friends is turning 50, and I'll be celebrating that with her this fall. But she was the first person that I knew to get COVID. And what she said about it was that for 7 days...
Oops. Sorry, y'all.
For 7 days around the clock, she was fighting for her breath. And I actually heard Questlove say the same thing the other day, because he got COVID like 2 years in, and he said he was just fighting for his breath. But the breath also brings us into the present. So it was just this very haunting and precious and beautiful reminder to me.
All right, I just did something weird that I just want to comment on. I just reposted the promo instead of the link to the song. So I really want you guys to know how happy I am to report. But I will find the link to the song. It's called Waiting by Sheila Chandra, and it's everywhere. I mean, it will not be hard to find that song. Okay, so I want to hop over to my playlist now. And this is all on SoundCloud. And SoundCloud was in the way. That's why you guys weren't seeing which song that actually was. Okay. And any thoughts before we move into the class?
Just that, the breath. The breath, it's one of those things that's an example of something that in my kind of pre-hooping life, it was like, breath, we're breathing, the world is round, things happen in cycles. Like, to me, it was just sort of too simple to really be commented or focused much on, but the fact of the matter was I really couldn't be in the present with my breath fully.
All right. Let's overcompensated for feet a little too much there. Okay, guys, let me know if the lighting looks okay. I feel like I may have hit the mark on the lighting today. It doesn't look too dark. It doesn't. Okay, so going back to rebuilding your practice, I have to just face it that I need stretching in my life. Getting back into the hoop and just trying to do the like simplest things has made me feel incredibly tight. And when I watch myself on video, I'm like, wow, I can just sort of see how tight I am. And so over the as I've been rebuilding my practice, rather than like, for me, a lot of times when I feel tightness, I feel shame. Like when I feel how tight I am, I feel this kind of shame. Like I should have been doing something. I should be going to yoga. I should be stretching more. I should whatever. And not to get cheesy, but I've been like sort of just shushing the should. And in my daily practice, I've been making space for this time to stretch. And it's this sort of shame-free, really kind of, comforting stretch session where I'm just sort of telling myself I'm going to stretch. That is the mission. And I'm not stretching, to make up for the last whatever time since my last stretch. I'm just stretching. I'm just doing it because my body like eats it up. It loves it. So our first exercise is going to be any type of stretching that. Oh, wait, I don't know if this is the one I meant to play. Oh, this is the one I meant to play. Sorry. We'll come back to that other one. Audible breath in. Audible breath in. I'm just inviting you to join me and Anne in a long hoop-inspired stretch session.
I love using the hoop as a stretch prop.
Yeah.
I love yoga, and I usually do yoga without props, but using the hoop as a prop is really effective. I don't know, it's just kind of never ending. Whatever you can do. I was doing shorter stretches this time, but they were still really deep. You, Bob? What was your experience?
My experience
My hair's
was I don't know. I'm basically going straight off of my practices this week into my talks here. And okay, that's sort of better.
No, that is better.
Is that better?
I mean, it's it's just different. No.
I look like the guy that wants to get the band back together. No, really, we should, man. Okay. Okay, so what I wanted to do for this next exercise was, and this is going to be a little bit cheesy, but a big part of what's been going on for me is just realizing, like, and I can't believe, like, teenage me would not believe that 50-year-old or almost 50-year-old me would say this, but like really just realizing how much I missed the dance part of hoop dance, like getting back into my practice. And so I want to sort of encourage that sort of getting into the sort of dancey moments with it. And by dance, I thought we would just define it as, oh, you got to be careful about, sorry, it's okay, Chop. Sorry, headphone listeners, and accidentally dropped her mic. But getting back into the dance component of it, and I invite you just to like limit your techniques to something that you can really, like, you feel like you can dance to. Oh, I was going to define dance. So by dance, I just mean that like as many parts of you are in your rhythm to music, or to the music that you're hearing. It doesn't mean if we think you're in rhythm, it's whether you think you're in rhythm. And so that's what I'm considering dance components to this. So I just want to jump into the track. I'll give you a little bit of a demo. I think sometimes it's easy to get as I'm rebuilding my practice, there's so many techniques that I want to work on. There's so many things that I want to jump straight into. But I've really been realizing this week just how just the pure nonsensical dance of hoop dance is really what, kind of ultimately what brings me maybe the biggest benefit. And so I've been putting aside this idea of knocking things off of my list or polishing up on things from the get. And instead, I try to start my practices off with more of like a dancing willingness. A willingness to get dancey.
I just wanted to say, to echo what Carla and Mars were saying about, moving for the sake of just how you feel instead of, trying to burn calories or exercise. Yeah, calorie burning, dieting. I'm just, that's also a wonderful thing to feel into as you're just moving freely. Thank you.
Okay, let's start the track over. Track a lot. Oh, we got some more time. Good. said it on this podcast before, but I excuse me.
Busted.
I freaking love Super Task. Okay. Yeah, so the music is pretty fun today. I've already listened to a lot of this and hooped to it. These are just some hits from my practice. There's a few oddballs in here, but so when I'm trying to rebuild my practice, the goal that I am going for in the actual practice. So I've gotten out of my hoop. I'm starting something. So if you just found something, we're not going to do a lot of talking right now, but if you found something that's super fun, what I recommend for rebuilding your practice is that you go with that super fun thing. So for me, just now, I was really enjoying, as I have been in my practice all week, I think it's just an extension of the stretching. I've been really enjoying my grip and using my grip to affect the hoop, and then bringing that into a sort of contact, sort of smeary way. So that is what is fun to me. So here's what I'm recommending is that you go and find that fun thing that you were just playing with. We're not going to talk too much because I want to ride this vibe into that. But you can pick whatever. If you didn't find anything fun, you can come along with me and do what I'm doing, and I'll show you a little bit about what I'm talking about.
And my example of that is that in the last exercise, I found myself using my pinkies again, like last week. Like we did last week.
Yeah, nice.
And that actually, focusing on my pinky fingers and pinky toes was helping me to flow into dance.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, let's play. This song is so fun. Again, you don't have to be doing what Ann and I are doing. You're doing your fun thing. And my biggest piece of advice is that one way to sustain your practice is to feed the fun. Feed it. Sometimes what feels fun is not what your mind tells you should be working on. It's not the task. Just go with the fun. Sweet. I really like that song. Did you like that one?
That is what you call instant classic. That was such a great track. Excuse me. And I was talking, thank you so much about the coin flips. I've been working on the coin flips, as some of y'all know, for many years. But I wanted to give a shout out to a kind of a pinky related grip, and I think we might have talked about it last week, but I was also having fun with this grip. Like, instead of just straight up grabbing the hoop like that, it's just a kind of a little weaving of fingers, a 2-finger. This is the, 4-finger and the ring finger. But that can also make weaves feel more interesting and releasing for rolls and things like that.
Absolutely. Yep. For some reason, I used to call that the cigar grip, but it's not really cigar-like at all. No dude or no person is holding their cigar like that. But that's how I
bring it back. Oh my God! Especially now that Janelle Monáe is smoking cigars.
Oh, okay. I don't know who that is, but I'm sure.
Come on.
No, I don't.
Oh my God!
I'm so out of pop culture. It's crazy.
She's my.
All right, so we're going to stick with the idea of fun, and then we're going to bring in another exercise. So hopefully you were having some fun. You can try Ann's pinky technique. If another idea for fun, if you want, like this is related to what I was doing. Like if I'm playing a lot with the tightening of my grip, so I'm tightening my grip and loosening it or wiggling it back and forth. If you haven't already, especially if you're a beginner, like sending the hoop into a collision with you, but then allowing it to sort of roll over you, like you'll loosen your grip. So I swing the hoop into me and then just loosen my grip, and you see how that just natural sort of twirl smear thing or whatever is going to happen. And so you can really kind of like have a lot of fun just sort of playing with that collision. Like I'm swinging my hoop this way. I'm going to swing it into my body on purpose, and my hand's going to do something goofy, or my wrist is going to move to not break, but it's fun. So we got pinky stuff, we rolling into it, and then we're going to have this is a fun song. I try to, basically, just to reiterate, I try to juice my practice up in the beginning with the fun stuff. And I've got a plan for what happens when you don't feel fun. That's coming next, but I usually try to let, like, whatever was fun through Sway into the next first 2 songs or more. Gripping the hoop and making contact with me, and then my hand can kind of just, I can even go into some of what Ann was talking about, like with the cigar thing. Okay. So I'm kind of still having fun. I have a plan for what happens when you're not having fun, but I'm sort of still there. But do you have any thoughts, Ann, before I bring on the next exercise?
I wanted to share that I went in a new direction, and I began to do these kind of bent plane. Wasn't I on?
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you were on. Yeah.
I was doing these bent plane chest rolls, and I just really actually the camera was actually not on me for a while, and I just did a whole bunch of them. Not that I wouldn't do that when the camera's on, but I think I'd be less likely to. But I did just like probably 40 or 50 in a row, and I'll just show you a couple of what I mean.
Nice.
Yeah, so instead of, I've taught it, and a lot of y'all have heard me talk about it like being this flat surface, which I think is the best, most user-friendly to start out with. And then when you start bending the plane, it becomes about, there's a kind of a give and take between the arm and the hoop that, yeah, play with that if you feel like.
Okay, so this is the portion of, so here's what happens for me in my hoop practice. Oh, sweet, Louisa just chimed in. Here's what happens for me in my practice. My practice stays awesome. It can stay sweet the whole time. Sometimes as I start to physically fatigue, though, I get less inspired, and at least in the dancey kind of way. And so a lot of my practice will become drilling after that. And so I invite you to step into drilling now if you want to, but if you're having so much fun, just go with it. We're just going to play a music. I'll be honest with you, that last track, that was a misfile. I meant to play that later in class, but that's going to be fine. We're going to roll with it. But I'm going to pick a drill for me, and I have been getting really into I think the drill for me right now is going to be in this type of fold. I have been digging this lately. So a fold is, anytime you sort of move the hoop along, or the hoop crosses over any kind of axis. And so this is one fun type of fold that you can do, and it might be, let's see. This might be the best way to show this. So it's like this, or if I'm vertically here. All right, I need to focus on there we go. Okay, I need to clean that up. Boom. Boom, boom. So for me lately, because of my bad health, I have not been able to work out as much as I normally do, and it's not even about vanity. I just feel so much better when I work out, and so I have been, in my practice, bringing in movements like this that are super boring to watch, but they just feel good. Boom. Can you see what I'm doing there? Boom, boom. And there's no trick to this, right? And your hoop has a different ratio to your body than mine does. I have a 38. My hoop's pretty big on me. So you might have a different situation. Ann's kind of doing her own. She's trying to do a cycle. Okay. All right, let's just play some music. This is the track I thought I was about to play. This is a little bit funner. So the fold, that's the fold if you want to do what I'm doing, but you can pick anything. But what I'm inviting you into is that this is the drilling process. This is where you allow yourself to just do repetitive action if you want to, because you're about halfway through the hoop practice at this point, and you want to keep moving.
Make your ass fall off. Gas pedal, gas pedal, gas pedal, gas pedal. Booty, booty, bouncing, bouncing. Wiggle like you you tryna make your ass fall off. Grab the wall. Wiggle like you tryna make your ass fall off.
Booty, booty, bouncing, bouncing. Booty, bouncing, booty, bouncing, booty, bouncing, bouncing.
Gas pedal, gas pedal, gas pedal, gas pedal, gas pedal, gas pedal, gas pedal. You already know me, S-A-G-E. Gas pedal, 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 gas pedal. You already know me, S-A-G-E. Gas pedal, black money, let them all say amen. I'm just trying to make it clear, boy, Ray-Ban.
Work me, work me, work me, do it right. Work me, work me, work me, do it right. Booty bouncing, bouncing. Booty bouncing, bouncing. Booty bouncing, bouncing. Bouncing, booty bouncing, booty bouncing, 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 bouncing.
There I am. Okay. Weird what? Did you just have a freak hoop injury?
There is something, yeah. I do have some weird. I don't know. Can't see how that was caused by my hoop, but yeah, it's just like I have a sudden pain, like right there. It makes no sense.
I will inform you guys. Let me use my totally useless close-up cam.
Ooh, cool.
If you haven't felt this before, this tiny little space right here, this little space right here, it will every now and then. This is what I love about Trinity hoops, that this space is pretty small, so it doesn't really happen very often. But if you ever have had like a incredibly painful sensation while doing breaks and paddles, this little space is big enough to grab your skin and it will pinch the shit out of you. And it's like a flex that you'll feel. I don't know if you can. All right, I gotta work on my close-up cam stuff here, but anyway, that flex can be really, really painful if you're not sure how the hoop hits you. It feels like some people used to call it a hoop bite or something, crazy. But all right, a hoop bite, yeah, sweet, Jackie. Before I even mentioned it, wow, right on, Jackie. All right, cool. Sweet. Thank you, Jackie, for stepping in and verifying my bona fides on being old school. Okay, everybody's felt those before. All right, so this is the song that we were going to play. Yeah, you can tape over it to prevent it. Ann, do you have any thoughts or anything before we move on? Are you moving to the next exercise?
I was just mainly doing axis spins, coin flips, and in my repetition. That was fun. Love coin flips, wherever they are on the body.
Hey, Holly, I'm glad you're having a great hoop practice. That's awesome. Okay, and Amanda, I appreciate your comment. Yeah, this is most people that watch this stream have a regular hoop practice. I hoop twice a week in front of you guys. You see that? So some people, that's enough of a hoop practice. If that's what feels good, that's what it is. Like if you went to yoga twice a week, people would think you were doing a yoga practice. For me personally, daily and away from the cameras is also really needed for me. And so that's what I've been reestablishing. But I am in no way implying that your practice is yours. Maybe it just needs to be 5 minutes a week, right? But it's yours. It's set aside by you. It's built by you. And getting in that space, it feels good that this is the space that I created, right? And there are no rules except my own. And maybe I don't even need my rules, right? Okay, so this is the time where I thought, I was just drilling that whole song and I had fun. Ann, do you care if we do one more drill? No. Okay, we're going to do one more drilling type song. And again, you can pick anything you want to drill to. There we go. We were just doing folds and that was my drill. I'm going to go into sort of tie into something that Ann was saying with this kind of grip right here. Let's go to really ugly close-up cam. This grip right here, or some variation of that. Look at if Ann's take on it is right there. And you can do a lot of cool things with this grip. And so what I'll do, I'm about to press play on the music, but isolations, if you haven't tried isolations with this grip, they are super fun, right? You can kind of like teach yourself how to get into the grip really quickly. So I'm like spinning it around my finger right now, and then I can just apply that grip anytime I want to. This is just what I enjoy. Those push isolations that we were doing, Tuesday that was, they can be done with this grip. And then also just twirling, right? Like if I just put the hoop on the ground and twirl it, and then that twirl can be brought up here, and then I can tie into some of the stuff I was doing where, like before, remember when we were doing this kind of thing? If I do create that same collision, but I have my hands, instead I'm in that cigar or what we call open samurai place, then I can really like just sort of twirl the hoop around me, and it, instead of like colliding, it really just sort of glides. Again, I'm not giving you stuff to work on, but what I'm saying is today is about like sharing you how I rebuild my practice and what I've been doing the last 8 days, and this is it. And so finding like something to oh no, Ann's gonna have to get a Band-Aid, y'all. We've gotten to that point. All right. So let me start this over. So for me, I'm going to be working with Open Samurai for this. This is my drill, this twirling. But I've really been getting into isolations lately. What I really like about this grip for doing these old school swing isolations, let's see, let me find them first. I don't think they're as hard as when you're doing it with point technique, but they're kind of fun because you can pitch the hoop this way or pitch the hoop that way. I think that's what Ann was referring to when you're doing these things. Like, so I have this grip, my finger's on the bottom.
Baddest girl in the world. You see my girl and woman. Me know your body is your weapon. The way you whine, I know you swear. The baddest girl in the world. You see my girl and dang 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 dang
Oh wow. I just realized that it's already after 1. We have blasted through our finish time here. Yeah, well, I want to keep hooping, but I'll chill out
Saturday
on the
vibes,
instruction.
Saturday waves.
Yeah, I know you have to be somewhere. Are you going to be able to
Yeah,
hang
I don't
out
have
for
to
another
be
10 minutes
I don't
or
have to
whatever?
leave until.
All right, I
3 or
feel like
something.
still hooping, so I want to have a free hoop, but I totally understand if people have to bail if they haven't already. I will be back Tuesday. I'm not sure what class we'll be doing. It feels so good to be back in my practice again. It's coming up. I have a feeling that because I'm back in my hoop like every day, that classes might get a little techie. With what or notes from my practicey, which I kind of like. I kind of like the classes that sort of hit all over the place, but I don't know exactly. But I will be teaching Tuesday. All right, so we've already listened to that. Let's try this guy, and this will be our free hoop from here. Thank you guys, Jackie. I hope you feel better. Negro Town. Whoa. Yeah, I should have. Yeah. My bad.
Block that
Yeah, sorry, y'all.
awful person. Get out of
That's
here.
all
You're not
right.
welcome here. Yeah,
That's all right.
thanks.
That's all
Thanks,
right.
Bags.
Sorry, I fell for that one.
Yeah, we were. That's the. Yeah, it's sick. Yeah.
Okay, let's go. right. And anything to say before we move into our last free hoop songs?
Well,
Don't.
what?
Nothing. Go ahead.
I
Sorry.
just wanted to tell people to report that account and
Okay.
that comment and make screenshots. That's what I'm going to do. I'm sorry about that disruption. I think it's okay to talk about it, the fact that it happened, because that's a scourge that is, currently, it's a really big problem. So let's address it. But as always, I appreciate people being here for Saturday Vibes.
Sweet. Yeah, absolutely.
And I had a really good time moving.
Absolutely, and totally worth noting. Sorry. All right. So let's. Wait, no, this is the one. This one is crazy. Okay, so this will be our last song tonight. Thank you guys for joining me. I know we're 13 minutes over, but I feel like hooping to one more, so this will be the last one. And if you have to bail, I totally get it. This will be our last track.
People gather round. People jump around. People gather round. People jump around. People gather round. People jump around. People gather round. People jump around.
I put my thing down, flip it, then reverse it. I put my thing down, flip it, then reverse it. Go around. People. Go around. People. I put my thing down, flip it and reverse it. I put my thing down, flip it and reverse it.
Yeah, okay, this will be the last song. Oh, I love this song. All right, I want to do one more. But this will be the last one for sure. Thanks for blocking that account. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What Ann was saying is really
Reporting
important.
it does matter. So
No,
I hope that you
that's
will.
not what I mean. That's
Yeah.
not what I mean. That's not what I mean.
Oh yeah, I'm not sure if you can. You might have to unblock to report, but then you can reblock.
Okay. This is the last song. We'll fade to green. Thank you guys.